Here's a rather short video of how to do a high Nefertiti wrap, or as some people know, a Badu wrap. Now, what I do to protect my edges and my hair to keep the moisture in it, I either use a rayon mix full scarf that I fold in half. This is a square or oblong scarf. Just fold it in half, make it triangular. This is fully open. And if you do for a wrap so that it can be forward, always wrap toward the front. Always tie toward the front. And I don't use any pins. And I don't tie, make it into a knot. I just tuck everything in underneath, and that way kind of twist. I don't know if I'm going to try and show you. This is very quick. Twist underneath and tuck. Now, if you have underscarves that are made of rayon that fully cover your hair, that is perfect. I have some, but they're not as maneuverable. This is what I would use as an underscarf for the Nefertiti wrap, and it's still loose. If you wear glasses, make sure that you have room in your glasses. I always wrap with my glasses on so I can make sure I have enough room to give it a little bit of give. I never want something so tight that it hurts my head. Or you can use these little bonnets that you get from Walmart, Sally's, I think some dollar store locations. You can use a bonnet if you don't have an underscarf. And this protects your hair. Your hair maintains its moisture throughout the day so that you don't have any breakage. That's the thing. I see so many sisters who lose their sides because this is not considered. So for me, I'm not fond of the bonnet because when I use this, it gives me some type of artificial height to already work with. But someone else may be very comfortable with the bonnet. To me, it's a little more complicated. Now, I like to always decorate with an underscarf. This is a hand-woven cotton underscarf right here. And I don't know if you can tell, but right here, this is showing how much air can get through. These are hand-woven. So what I will do with this, so that I can show it, I like to show my underscarves. What it does is that it gives me the illusion of more height in my head wrap. And it also gives me a chance to, if I feel like I need to adjust it, I don't have to touch the whole head wrap. I can adjust this part, which is also considered an underscarf. I like to wrap toward the front to create height. If I wrap toward the back, my wrap will fall toward the back. If I wrap toward the front, my wrap will fall toward the front of my head. So you have to forgive me, I'm kind of not rehearsing this. This is what I do right here. If you have hair, you don't have to worry about creating too much of an illusion. You will still need an underscarf just to protect your hair's moisture, but you won't need it to create as much height. I've tucked it in. The underscarf does not have to be pretty. It does not. I make an adjustment. I like to have mine near my eyebrows. That way, when I get ready to push everything back, there is some room for me to push it back. If I start up here, there's no room to push it back. And you need to push it back to help with stability in the head wrap. Now, right here, I just have a plain cotton wrap or cotton fabric, 2 feet. Actually, it is. Let me correct myself. 2 yards wide and 1.5. Correction. 2 yards long and 1.5 yards wide. Just a plain scarf folded in half. It's folded in half to help create stability. Now both of these sides are going to be uneven. I don't want even sides in my underwrap. This is the style that I use for right now because I want to create more height. If I have both sides even, what it does is that even though you may be able to get some height, it may actually, for some hands, be harder for the head wrap to be stable. So right now, my left side is shorter than my right side. I am actually covering up the whole head wrap on this side and exposing the one on the other side. And really, it doesn't matter which side you do. It all depends on what you are comfortable with and what your hands can do. So with this fabric, this cotton right here is a very soft cotton. This is a full hijab that actually goes to a salwar kameez. So that means that this wrap is very long and very wide. So right here, I'm taking the longer side, and even though it doesn't have to be neat underneath, I prefer to have this wrap neat underneath. And the reason why is because I am going to use the top wrap material, which will be pashmina. I'm going to use that to be my overall wrap. And pashmina has a different effect than just using cotton. If I was wrapping with cotton on top of cotton to create the height, now I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm pulling this up because this is the under wrap. And like I said, I'm working with pashmina. Pashmina folds. It doesn't care. It doesn't hold its own form. It conforms to whatever is underneath it, whether it's the shape of your head or the shape of the fabric. And that's why I'm being careful with the under wrap. Now I could stop here, but as you can see, this may look black on the camera, but this is cocoa brown. So my head wrap is cocoa brown, the shades of brown that are in here. And so I am making my under wrap as neatly as possible. I'm tucking in from the top and the bottom because this is what I'm doing. I put some of the fabric here that's open, that's at the end. Some of it's tucked on top. Some of it is tucked on the bottom. Now this pashmina, beautiful material. I have fully opened it. You can see through it. See me? Hi, hi. So this is fully open. Usually I will fold in half, but since this does not have its own stability at all, and I want it for the folds, I want it for the effect, I want it for the color, I will fully open this material. And toward the back, I'm going to make sure, because I can feel, that the white fabric is not exposed and that only the underscarf and maybe a little bit of my neck will have the exposure. No hair. So right here is where I'm covering up. And as you can see, I have it all grabbed on top. And I'm going to cover up as much of this white as possible. I don't want anyone to know what my illusion is. Now, with this being pashmina, it's going to give my head wrap the illusion of more folds. Cotton doesn't do this on its own. If I had cotton on top of the cotton wrap, I will emphasize this, I would not have made my under wrap so neat. But because pashmina takes on the form of whatever it is folded onto, I had to be careful of how I wrap this. So right here, I can't really see myself in my camera. But it is much simpler and much quicker because usually by myself, not trying to record, not trying to speak at the same time, this pashmina would have already been wrapped around my head, and I would have been working on another pair of earrings and all that stuff. And don't be upset if you are not able to do this the first time. All of us have had to practice. I had to practice. My mother used to wear these back in the day when she had, you know, she was in her conscious phase. This was the thing that she did. She had a lot of hair though. I don't think I ever remember my mother having her hair as short as I've had mine. And that is it pretty much. I've tucked everything in, no pins. And you see the underwrap here? I'm just tucking in all the little tassels that usually are on pashmina scarves. Now, I have a little bit of the white being seen, and because I have an additional underscarf, I can tuck that in and pull on it without it affecting my hairline, without it affecting the rest of my head wrap. Now, I want to pull this up or I want to pull this down. I can do this. And if you are wearing glasses, let me show you a trick. Get you a little closer here. See how this underwrap is? If you're wearing glasses, I keep my scarf, my head wrap on top of it, and my underscarf is under. And that way it prevents these little marks that we get behind our ears. My barber had to tell me, you know, you have some marks behind your ears. And it was coming from me actually trying to put my glasses, especially this pair, because they're made differently, underneath all of this. So I figured out once I started getting this more breathable fabric to wear, for me to use my underscarf as my protection from my glasses causing a dent behind my ears. So that's for any of you who wear prescription glasses, shades. Just be aware of this part back here, and that's with hats. It can happen with hats every day. It can happen with just wearing glasses. Your underscarf can protect you from this part on the end of your glasses here. It also does something else too. See, it changes the style. It adds, you can have your own flavor, not just in the wrap, but you have your own flavor with the under wrap. Make it a little different. You might have a very soft, smooth silk fabric that you just have not been able to wear because it slides off your head all the time. Well, this rayon cotton mix that still helps your hair retain moisture, whether it's a scarf or a bonnet, will prevent any sliding of that scarf. And you can use it as an underscarf, twist it just the same, and then put something on top of it like I just showed you, an additional cotton fabric, then whatever you want on top of it. The trick is cotton, something non-skid on your head. You could put anything on it. So I showed you the head wrap. It's nothing difficult. This is an illusion. I don't have that much hair, but that's the wrap for you. And then you can drape a scarf around it, cover your neck if you want. It's pretty much the thing to do. You can work in this. I can make salat in it. I don't have to worry about any weight. It doesn't really go anywhere. The only thing is, the trick is if you're getting out of a small car, you got to remember that you have this, or you go boop, you know, the door hit you. And it doesn't really go anywhere, but you do have to remind yourself like, okay, yeah, I got something tall on my head. Now, another thing you can do is you can actually kind of push for more height. And I don't know if you're noticing that it's getting taller as I'm kind of maneuvering it. I do this on shoots. Of course, on the shoot, I'm going to have a lot more going on the wrap. But tuck, tuck, tuck. You're kind of pushing it up, just like hair. And it's actually getting taller. So there you go. I hope this helps you out. And you have a wonderful night. I would say bye-bye, but, not everybody's doing that. So peace out.